Hello, and in this video we will think about stress, word stress, and how it affects meaning in English speaking. Stress is how strongly you are saying a word or part of a word. And in many languages, including English, this can affect how people understand your meaning. So, in many ways, people listen to how you say something more than what you say. So there was an example of stress. So people listen to how you say something more than what you say. So the words in red, I said more strongly than the words in black. Now, English is a stress-timed language, which means that the word stress changes the meaning. So specifically, it changes what the listener will focus on. When we stress a word, we are sending a message to the people listening that that word is important, more important than words that we are not stressing. And in some languages, stress never changes, but in English, the stress really does change, and it changes the meaning. So let me give you some examples of this. So let's take the sentence this. So you can read it. I won't say it because I will put stress on the word. So take a moment. So let's imagine that the red word is the word which is stressed. And let's think about how that changes the message I am communicating. So I never said she stole the money. I never said she stole the money. So the message that this is communicating is somebody said it, but not me. So somebody said she stole the money, but it was not me. So I never said she stole the money. So let's move the stress down one. I never said she stole the money. I never said she stole the money. So think about how that changes the meaning compared to I never said she stole the money. I never said she stole the money. It stresses never, ever, ever, not even once. In my whole life, I've never said she stole the money. Okay, so we're really stressing that it's never, ever happened. Okay, let's move down one more. I never said she stole the money. I never said she stole the money. So maybe I suggested it, maybe I hinted, maybe you thought I said that, but I didn't say it. I didn't open my mouth and directly say that she stole the money. Okay, let's keep moving that stress. I never said she stole the money. I never said she stole the money. So I said a different person stole it. So I did say a person stole the money, but it was not her. All right, so far we have 4 different stress positions and 4 different meanings. But we can continue, we can keep going. I never said she stole the money. I never said she stole the money. I said she took it, but not that it was stolen. So I said she took that money, but I did not say that she stole the money. Okay, let's keep moving down. Now, this one, would be less common, but still possible. I never said she stole the money. I never said she stole the money. Well, I said she stole some money, but not the specific money that you are talking about. Like I said, less common, but still possible to stress on an article. So finally, I never said she stole the money. I never said she stole the money. So I said she stole something, but not the money. So maybe I said she stole a book, but I did not say she stole the money. So we can see that moving the stress really changes the meaning. It changes what the person listening to you understands as your meaning. Okay, so from the same single sentence, we can stress each of the words and communicate a different meaning. So let's do a quick check and see if you can feel the difference and understand the difference. So I will say the sentence and try and choose which meaning I'm going to say. So take a moment and just read the possible meanings first. I never said she stole the money. I never said she stole the money. Now what could that mean? If you chose number 2, then congratulations, you are a winner. So let's try again with the same sentence, but with a new stress. I never said she stole the money. I never said she stole the money. Well, if you guessed number 3, then congratulations. You are also a winner. Let's try one more just for fun. I never said she stole the money. I never said she stole the money. Well, you probably guessed already. So, number 1, so somebody else said that she stole the money. Let's try with some other examples. So let's look at this sentence here. And let's imagine here is the stressed word. I was born in Germany. I was born in Germany. So what would be the meaning of that? I was born in Germany. Well, if you guessed this one, then you are correct. So we're kind of correcting a misunderstanding. Maybe they thought the person was born in a different area. So they're just confirming or reconfirming where they were born. Okay, how about a nice, lovely, warm example? And yes, the stress can change the meaning on even this 3-word sentence. So imagine, I love you. I love you. Well, yeah. It's making it clear that it's not another person. Maybe it seems like it's another person, but actually it is you. Oh, how sweet. So another way that stress can affect meaning is when we're thinking about questions. So mixing intonation and meaning can really affect how somebody understands what you are saying. So we're going to look at tag questions. So a tag question is a question that is added to a statement to make it a question. So for example, you're Australian. Okay, not a question, it is a statement. It could sound like a question if we use a raised intonation, like you're Australian. So Australian. Okay, we can become a question. Another common way to make it a question is to add a tag to it. So a tag is just the purple part here where we're adding something to the end in order to make it a question. Now, sometimes with tag questions, they have different reasons, different purposes. So a tag question can be confirming information, or it can be asking for information. So for example, like, you're a doctor, aren't you? You can drive. You can't drive, can you? Now, these questions, it depends on the person asking. Like, are you quite certain of the information, or are you not so certain? And the intonation and the stress will be different. And so again, the person listening will respond in different ways depending on how they understand your meaning. So, for example, the red word is stressed here. So you're a doctor, aren't you? So we can see the intonation goes up on the stressed word here. So you're a doctor, aren't you? So we're finishing down here. So this means that you are more certain of that information. You're kind of just confirming that you understand correctly. If you are less certain, so you're a doctor, aren't you? So you notice the stress now is on a different word, and we have an up intonation. So example number 1. So You're a doctor, aren't you? So aren't you going down? So you're a doctor, aren't you? Okay. A little bit of a stress on here, but not too much. You're a doctor, aren't you? But you're a doctor, aren't you? You're a doctor, aren't you? So it shows we're kind of less certain about the information. So the answer might be different. Let's have a look at another example. So in this case, you can't drive, can you? Okay, so you feel more certain about that information. You can't drive, can you? And again, depending on the meaning, you can move the stress here as well. You can't drive, can you? So again, you're stressing that it's you. Okay, so if you're less certain, so it's you can't drive, can you? You can't drive, can you? And again, the stress can change as well on here. These are just examples. You can't drive, can you? So you're less certain. So the reaction or the response would be different depending on your stress and your intonation. So it's like, you can't drive, can you? You can't drive, can you? So the reaction is going to be different. Okay, let's do one more example. So we have certain. You forgot it, didn't you? So you are pretty sure the person did not bring it. You forgot it, didn't you? For this one, you forgot it, didn't you? You forgot it, didn't you? Again, it's showing less certain, so the responses are going to be quite different. So again, if we think of closed questions, or for example, like yes, no questions, in English, the intonation always goes up. So it's raining today, isn't it? It's a yes-no answer. So in this case, you forgot it, didn't you? Yeah, the response is probably just a little bit more information. So the person will expand on it. But less certain, you're going to get a kind of closed answer, right? A yes-no answer. So to wrap up this video, a really important thing to remember about English is that people listen to how you say something more than what you say. The actual stressed word in a sentence can be more important than having amazing grammar or fantastic pronunciation. So when we're listening, we are listening for what is important. And when we stress words, we're stressing what is important to the other person. So, what is our takeaway from this? Well, changing the stressed word changes the meaning. The difference between I love you and I love you and I love you is very different. And because of that, you will get a different response depending on which word you stress. So this is true also for you as a listener. When you're listening to somebody, you can be sensitive to which word they are stressing because they are stressing the important word for you. Okay, so this goes two ways. You as a speaker and you as a listener. So it's an efficient way to communicate meaning. So consider having to say all of the words here. So for example, I never said she stole the money. Someone else said she stole the money. So we've basically doubled our words, but just using stress, we can say, I never said she stole the money. So in this way, it's a very efficient way of communicating meaning. And it's another reason why written language tends to be longer than spoken language, because it's difficult to communicate stress in writing. I mean, we can use bold and we can use underlines, but spoken English is more effective, it's much faster. And finally, intonation and stress can show if you are certain or not. And again, it will give you a different response from the other person if they think you're certain or not certain. Okay, so that was stress and how it affects meaning in language. So thank you very much. Hope it was useful.